brothers and sisters, good evening and thank you for coming here tonight. I stand here before you supporting notions of unity and education, of conversation in many capacities. I stand here as an American Muslim, a Muslim whose faith and teachings mirror those of Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, who taught us to love one another. Teachings that are reflected in our scriptures, and through education and communication, you would know that. As an American who was born and raised in the United States, and whose Constitution teaches liberty and justice for all, and through education, again, and empowerment, we can move together toward ensuring that constitutional privilege to every single person. I stand here as a member of the Council on American Islamic Relations in Florida, which is one of the largest civil rights advocacy groups whose main mission is to support civil rights and support the oppressed, especially on a political level. And I stand here as a human being whose conscience tells me that there is something grossly wrong with what we see in the news and in our world today. And I applaud everybody for coming here today, because even though I've been in Panama City since I was 8 years old, I grew up here. My parents are of Arab origin. They're immigrants who escaped political persecution and a brutal police force in Syria. And they came here and they did not teach me to run away from the police. In fact, I grew up with a very historical story being the premise and foundation of my personality, and it was a very great story of history of a wonderful ruler who was fair and just, but he was also very firm. So firm that people would run away from him and try to avoid him, even though he was a great man. Until one day he was walking in the street and a child who was playing amongst other children was the only one left standing, and all the kids ran away. And this fair man looked at this young child and said, "Why didn't you run away like all your friends did?" And he said, "The road is not narrow that I need to move for you, nor did I make a mistake that I need to hide." And so I was taught that as long as you're doing the right thing, you stand firm for what you believe in.